Hey there, everyone. That sexy nerd is back again, and I have done all the episodes of Invincible. I just got to catch up with the schedule. I should be done. I will as soon as I upload episode 3. I will be releasing this video and also the video after it because I love this guy Akain, or however you say his name, because I fell in love with him because he loves the Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man TAS from the 90s as much as I do. And honestly, I should react to that video again because I barely remember it, and I should honestly do it. And if you guys are fans of this guy, I hope you guys are, because I'm going to be covering him as much as I can now. I've been meaning to cover him for a good while, but I really love this guy. He's really on his way up. He's really doing very good. He's almost as funny as CJ, but he still hasn't gotten there yet. And he's got his own style. So anyway, it's time to get ready to see the and please smash that like button if you want to see more sexy and nerdy content, and subscribe if you think I deserve it. And remember, sign up for my Patreon for all my latest reactions to all my latest videos. And let's do this thing, y'all.
So Invincible is back at it again with season 3. And before any of you get in the comments and ask, I see what you're typing, bro, get your hands off the keyboard, stop. I am working on The Walking Dead season 3. It'll be out this month. Let me finish the job.
Nobody... Honestly, you covered the best season, and even people for like season 2, even me, I don't give a damn about... I don't give a damn about the rest of the Walking Dead season. Maybe season 4 with AJ, but I never even played season 3, and I still have to play season 4 as well, but I already know most of the story because I was really interested. And you already covered the damn seasons that I care about, so nobody gives a damn.
So, season 2 was a mess, wasn't it? Full of highs and lows, ups and downs, twists and turns, and a fat 4-month break that I will never understand.
To be fair, the story arc that it's based on had its ups and downs already, you know. I mean, they changed very little about season 2, to be honest. And I remember I've heard people say that that's probably one of the least popular arcs, even though there are some really cool parts, and they added some really cool things to that season. But they didn't pull it off because they still had things they were missing.
They can give whatever reasoning they want for that break, but I see what it is.
The break too. I'm sorry to do that again, but he's right. The break, unnecessary. Don't understand what the hell that was about.
The first season blew up and it got everybody's attention for months. So whoever runs the show's output or whatever was like, hey,
year.
Why 8 weeks of fame when we can have 8 months?
Let's make money! Let's make some money!
You want to know what I think? This show was not that good to have a 4-month break. Check me out. They had one good season.
Okay, calm down, buddy.
Most people, I don't even think, cared about Mark, the main character. I saw all the videos, bro, the reactions. A lot of people were watching this show for Omni-Man. I'm sorry, bro. Who was in MK1? It wasn't Mark, which is understandable. Mark gets beat up by his parents, work, school, his girlfriend, literally every villain ever. He's too relatable, that's the problem. I can't escape the confines of my reality to this. Now, Omni-Man, he is just like me. Then season 2 took 2.5 years to come out. Like, if they needed more time to finish the show, just take it. It is an 8-episode season series. There is no reason for a 4-month break. We didn't even know it was gonna be 4 months. When the first 4 episodes ended, they said bye, and it was radio silence for months. All that time, that mystery, and we're not even getting X-Men 97 animation quality. I see those PNGs. All right, let's get to season 3.
I know. Thank you. Because I had a lot of this is addressing a lot of commenters on one of my videos in regards to saying like, oh, a lot of shows repeat animation and everything, and I'm like, okay, no, not like this. It has not been this noticeable where like they reuse the animation in one scene of Mark running back to the moon. They used it at the end of season 2 as well. And to be fair, I will say when they used it in season 2, it was better. But then them using it again with lower quality animation and not even the colors that they had before, it's very noticeable and bad. So, like, people saying like, "Oh, you should do something better if you don't like it," and I'm like, that's a lazy ass answer. I don't have billions and billions and billions of dollars, or is one of the richest company in the entire world. So, right, I won't be able to do it. But why can't the richest company in the world do it? They have billions of dollars and infinite amount of time to do it.
Thought they were only gonna drop 1 episode a week and I get to make a small video about the first episode, but they doubled it, they tripled it, and so far, it's hidden. It's good. Season 2 left off with Mark beating Angstrom Levy to death, officially catching his first body and leaving him traumatized. Omni-Man and Alan are kinda trapped on a Viltrumite ship. I miss my wife and all that. Speaking of wives, Debbie has to help raise Mark's bug baby brother. And I told you, bro, Damien, if you're sick of him now, buckle up. Season 2 covered a part of the story that had a lot of downtime and setup. If season 3 and 4 cover what I think they will, we're gonna have our foot on the gas for a long time.
We are.
That's pretty much where we are now.
That's what.
Let's go ahead.
That's what I've been saying. You guys are not prepared for what you're about to face in season 3, and they're building it up really well. They're doing a fantastic job. We have to wait until to see what's up with Powerplex, because that story is. Like, episode 6 hasn't dropped yet, and I'm hoping to get most of the stuff out before episode 6. So, wish me luck.
And start with episode 1, and then we can bounce around from there or something. I don't know.
There it is!
Mark has been training with the GOAT, Cecil. They've improved his strength over 100%. He's still gonna get beat up later on. Why lie?
Yeah.
We know what's coming. Mark is the only hero I know who I can look at and say, put your hands down and pick up a gun. This is not working. Mark is doing strength training, speed training, endurance, all of it. If we really wanted to test his strength, we should send him to conquer other planets. Think of all the natural resources, the oil. Eventually, we see Rex, who's going
you're
to be
an
one
evil
of the best
bastard.
characters in the show. His whole arc has been him realizing how much of a goofball he's been towards everybody he's ever met in his life, and he's actually trying to flip the script and make things better.
I love
this.
that.
This is the writing I've been waiting for, bro.
I know.
Months of Mortal Kombat and Telltale. Then Cecil gets word that somebody's trying to steal the Declaration of Independence on a random Wednesday during the day. Mark and Rex get sent to the spot where 2 very human-looking villains are on the scene. This is something Mark can handle. Hell yeah. And I'm thinking this situation is way too easy. This is the Declaration of Independence we're talking about. Rex is getting jumped, embarrassed by Multipole, Kate's brother, and he is genuinely trying to murder Rex because you let Kate die. Did we watch the same season 2? Well, maybe he didn't watch it, the poor marketing, lack of hype, and the 4-month break. Understandable, but jokes is...
But understand something. He was in goddamn prison. Whoever told him that Kate was dead was clearly fucking with. Maybe it was the Order. You think about that. The Order probably told him that Kate. Maybe the Order was like, "Oh, we know you couldn't break out of here by yourself." So they probably gave him that and gave him new. Like, he had never tried to escape until now. There's probably a reason why.
Side, Rex himself almost didn't survive that fight. Didn't he lose his frontal lobe in a hand? He didn't let her die. They went on that mission and they got cooked. Simple as that. Matter of fact, where were you? So Mark handles one of the grunts. Apparently his name is Fight Master. This show is the king of names that don't fit the character. Those guys get away, but they'll be back later. Either way, Mark has to deal with Multipole, and this man really thinks Mark can't get through these human clones. He tears through them and almost gets to Rex, but then surprise, Immortal shows up with Kate, who is alive. You see that 1 on her chest? There's actually a 0 hidden out there in the world, just in case something crazy wants to happen, like a giant lizard coming up and bashing you together, like mixing you together, like real crazy. And
that 0 must be so bored with life.
Guess she never told her brother. This whole fight is unfounded as hell. She tells him to go away, you've done enough. No. Mark is set on taking bro to the slammer. He tried to murder Rex and low-key got the Declaration of Independence stolen. I'm sure there are copies of it in online library databases, but the sentimental value, the history, some things can't be bought. Next we see stuff like Oliver getting his powers and Mark saying, damn bro, fine, I will train you. And nobody in the neighborhood sees this giant blueberry flying in the sky. Then Kate comes back to the Guardians of the Globe. Everybody is happy to see her. It's a reunion. Her and Immortal are getting married. I don't care. I do care about Shrinking Ray coming back. In the comics, Ray doesn't come back. I thought she was going to be fodder, so I'm really interested.
But she was also a dude.
To see what they're going to do with this character. But she's all healed and everybody is back together. And Samson delivers the best line in the season so far. He says, families together again. Unbreakable. Then we see Mark hanging out with William and Rick. This is something I really want to get into because Mark is so down for this. He tells them about the version of Eve from the multiverse and how she wants him to tell his Eve how he likes her, or that
like the universe was conspiring with Mark to because it knew how dumb this motherfucker is. Like let's just make him say the dumbest thing to Eve and he'll never end up with her. I would not be surprised if that whole thing was not a future Angstrom Levy plot to ruin Mark's life, because it seems like a fucked up situation that he would come up with.
He doesn't like her, so she cannot wonder and turn into this version of herself. It's stupid.
So
it's
fucking stupid.
I hate the multiverse. I wish. Cut it out. Basically, all he has to do is tell Eve he likes her or not. That is it. They tell him to not say anything about the future multiversal Eve. Just ask her out or tell her you don't like her. Pick one. Do not make it complicated. And what does this imbecile do?
What does
he goes to Eve's house, asks her out, and she says yes, that would be lovely. But somehow the conversation gets a little bit shaky, and he could have waved it off, been like, it's nothing. But he tells her about her counterpart, and now Eve is mad because now she thinks he's only asking her out of pity for the other Eve. This will they, won't they thing, they're dragging it. It's not massive. Nobody's talking about it. We don't care. Wrap it up. All that time they wanted to waste with Amber, Cecil found out that Oliver has powers and he's trying to capitalize on that ASAP. But Debbie is like, nah, he's just a boy. But then again, Oliver will grow really fast. He will slow down as he ages, like Omni-Man said in season 2. That Viltrumite DNA ain't none to play with. And Oliver really wants to be a hero. But we'll get to that one later.
A few minutes later.
Doc Seismic has captured the strongest heroes in America. Brother, what the hell? This universe has worse power scaling than DBZ. You're telling me with a straight face that he got all of us, everybody, and nobody can break out. It's over. Mark and Eve can't even do anything. Eve is even angry after that argument, and she's the first one out. And Mark, Mr. Invincible, what do you think is happening to him? Now they're in a pod too, which leads Cecil to having to break out the Reaniman and Darkwing too, the crazy one. So these man-made robots can break through the pods, but our number one heavy hitters can't do a damn thing. But check me out, Mark can beat them. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make a drop of sense. My headcanon is that there's some sort of deep
Kingdom Hearts reference, Dream Drop Distance.
powering gas in the pods, because I will not have them stain this franchise this early into the season. You gotta give me something to work with. So they end up beating Doc Seismic, and Mark is mad. Mark is very angry. Darkwing was out there murdering people in off-brand Gotham, and the Reanimen are made by the same guy that tried to turn his friends into robots in a dirty sewer lab. So he's attacking Darkwing and the Reanimen, because what the hell, Cecil? You're congregating with the ops. But at the same time, they are the reason why everybody is free right now. The Reanimen are stable, non-violent, and Darkwing is not insane anymore. That brother is happy to help, but Invincible isn't trying to hear any of that. So he flies off to Cecil to confront him, and Cecil says, I understand you're mad, but we reformed them. We made them better. The Reanimen are made from donated dead bodies, no more abduction, and Darkwing has been redeemed and ready to atone for his actions.
But again, how do you know that?
Mark says, no, Cecil. You're playing with dark and sinister forces. They've murdered so many people. How can you do this? Then Cecil mentioned how Mark killed Angstrom. Should you be locked away forever? Are you not allowed to do better. And this is what I love so much about Invincible. There are so many instances where characters will do terrible things, bro. I'm talking so many people get sacrificed over the course of this story. It is ridiculous. But then something really, really good will come out of it, and you can't help but think, maybe this dinosaur is right. But I understand.
Oh, that was a good one, man. That was a good one. You know what you did there. You're a real fan. I love it.
And Cecil. Like, yeah, Darkwing and D.A. Sinclair were terrible people, but if we can reform them and use them for good, that's a W. Like, is reformation not part of the whole superhero business? There is nothing cooler than seeing a supervillain do the right thing and genuinely mean it. But then again, Darkwing was throwing supervillain do the right thing and genuinely mean it. But then again, Darkwing was throwing people into the Shadow Realm, like actually picking you up and casting you into the depths. You can make an argument for both sides, but this is where the episode ends, so...
Episode 2. Like, this is the
Mark
better
is
episode.
not backing down, and unknowingly followed Cecil into the White Room. Then he asks why we're here. Reaniman. Cecil tells Mark, you're scaring the hoes. I'm the hose. And what happens next is so unnecessary. Mark keeps getting angrier and angrier. Cecil is not helping. Mark starts annihilating the robots. And look, he's winning. Cecil says Mark can stop and talk this out, but Mark lunges and Cecil... So Viltrumites have a weakness to certain sound frequencies, and Cecil is abusing that. They put a device deep inside of his ear on one of his hospital visits, so Mark can't do anything about it. This is real low, bro. I get it. Mark is the strongest hero on the planet, and with Omni-Man going crazy, that raises all sorts of questions. But they could have asked. Cecil tries to explain why he did it, and Mark is mad at Cecil for thinking he turned out like his father. Mark blitzes to the Guardian base because the robot is really smart and he can get it out. And Cecil can't activate the bug because Mark is flying so fast that he could land on people. Oh wait, bro. There was a beginning to this episode where they show Cecil's origins and why he thinks the way he does. Initially, I skipped it. I'm on the couch. Hella food. Lights dimmed. Bubble bath ready for right after. I planned this night out weeks in advance. You're not gonna leave me on that cliffhanger and throw me 30 years into the past. That's just the facts. I was locked in, bro. I was right there. I came back to it after episode 3 and yeah, it was fire or whatever. But Mark bursts into the base and says, right there. I came back to it after episode 3 and yeah, it was fire or whatever. But Mark bursts into the base and says, Cecil,
you're an idiot.
Congregating with the ops. He's trying to kill me. They're like, what are you talking about, Cecil? Whatever. Then Cecil appears and says, Mark is having a bad day. I'm just gonna take him and go. But they want to hear what Mark has to say, and Mark and Cecil have this back and forth about him coming back to the Pentagon, and Mark's still not agreeing to come back. Now everybody's heated because this is horrifying. Rex hits the trigger in Cecil's hand. Robot says, damn it, it was a dead man switch, Rex, meaning it won't go off unless the button is hit again. The button's gone. So Mark is doing what he does best. Dying. Now I'm uncomfortable. In my own home. Hella food. Bubble bath. But Robot does manage to interrupt the frequency. And Mark slaughters the Reanimen. I mean, it is an absolute wash for them. This is a terrible day. These are not the Reanimen of days past. You hate to see it. You really do. Cecil takes this as the time to make a speech about never threatening him again. Brother, you didn't win. Of course, Mark starts choking him and threatening him even further, telling Cecil he quits and to stay away from his family. Lets him go, and Cecil looks horrible right here. In front of everybody, in front of the whole team. Robot, get this thing out of my ear before I conquer Earth. It's big Invincible now. So Mark goes home and explains everything to Eve and his family. There was a lot going on here, especially with Oliver, but I'm gonna save him for episode 3. And I'm definitely gonna skip Mark and Eve's relationship stuff too, because they're still doing the will they won't they thing. I don't care. I don't care. In 20 years, this is going to be one of the best shows to binge watch, because having to sit here for almost half a decade and watch them mess around has been a garbage experience. I wouldn't wish this on the Joker, but hey, at least Amber is gone. If I ever see her again, I would actually keel over and die. Back at the Guardians of the Tragedy, the team is trying to clean up while debating if Cecil actually cares about them or if they'll get that Mark treatment at some point. And Immortal says that Mark is finally facing consequences. This entire show has been him facing consequences, and things have not been going his way at all.
Since day one. Day one. Remember when he slammed right into the ground? Since when he tried to fly? Yeah, he's been bashing his fucking face into the wall for a while.
can't keep a job, a girlfriend, a parent. He can't even keep his bones in his body. Now, yes, he left the planet to help some bug people. That was pretty dumb. They could have ate him. I might not be remembering, but did he really do anything that bad to deserve this?
No.
Immortal isn't even reliable. We'll get to it. Rex says we never should have left Team. This job is not what they say it is. I have no more passion for the craft. Then Kate is gonna... She's gonna come out and say that she died for this.
You see? I'm getting genuinely mad now. You're like, see, I'm so happy that someone sees it the way I do, because Kate is a bitch. Yeah, me too.
Kate dying means less than throwing a penny at a skyscraper. Her superpower isn't cloning, it's being the team's meat shield. Ray is right there. She was in the hospital fighting for her life. Kate's zero could have been in the Bahamas. Then
like she was like Kate wants to sit there and say that all of her little fucking clones, that her brother, I'm making a short about this, that her brother like basically sacrificed, you watch episode 5. He uses a bunch of his clones to break out of prison. He uses their dead, mangled, squeezed together bodies to do it. It ain't no thing to make these damn clones. Ray was eaten alive. Ray was literally eaten alive and then tried to expand in the guy's body and was still crushed. Fuck you, Kate.
Kate looks at her and says, well, at least I don't fall apart the minute I get hurt.
You!
OMG, the T. Then Immortal tells everybody to get back to work. Rex says, no, and says he's leaving the team. The passion is gone. Ray follows. Monster Girl follows. Bulletproof follows. And if Monster Girl is leaving, you know Robot is too. The rest of them stay there. The funniest part is, Immortal thinks they'll be back. The team breakup thing was actually a really long time coming. They never really got along too well to begin with. I'm glad Ray is actually becoming a character instead of a background prop. This team might actually be fun to watch. I don't know what the hell the Guardians are gonna do. Well, I do, but you know,
boring.
Be quiet. And Cecil does end up putting Darkwing on the team. Immortal is so insufferable. He gladly welcomes Darkwing on the team, but he always seemed to hate Mark, even though Mark never did anything. What's up with that, gang? And Debbie tells some random guy that she's dating that her sons are superheroes. Brother, I don't even think he hit it yet, and she's giving up generational family secrets. What level of Riz is this? Brother, please write a book.
Yes!
So Oliver is helping Mark fight crime. Problem is, he wasn't invited. Brother, you're 5. Oliver is so annoying, plain and simple. He used to be a cute purple baby, and now I'm thinking Mark should have left him with the crickets. But he is a kid, and kids are inherently annoying. And now you've got one with superpowers, and 2 people that don't know what the hell to do with him. I
literally turned to my 9-year-old nephew and said, you see, that is exactly how you would be with superpowers. And that's why you have to learn to, you know, look and worry about the things that you do. I'm not even his dad, but you know, I mean, I love the kid so much.
He wants to be a superhero and his powers are kicking in really fast, and he has the listening skills of a tube of toothpaste. Over each of these episodes, Mark and Debbie have been trying to get him to settle down and have a normal childhood before rushing to be a hero, but at the end of the day, Oliver isn't normal. He's purple. He can fly. You thought I wasn't gonna do it. Oliver was never gonna have anything close to a normal childhood. He even grows super fast. Brother, in a few months, he might be the strongest person on the planet. We don't know what's going on with his body chemistry. Debbie wants him to take it slow, and Mark wants to train him because his powers are kicking in. They're there, so we might as well. What the hell? No. Is that Amber and Eve sit down to talk for a while? I don't know what they're talking about because I picked up that remote and I skipped it. Amber as a character did not need to be in the story at all. They messed up in season 1 by making her unnecessarily annoying, and they spent season 2 with the longest breakup in history. Why is she
not
still
that
here?
bad, buddy.
Let her go. Let's talk about something cool. Mark commits to training Oliver and teaching him the ways of the superhero. So he takes Oliver to art to get his first suit. Bro puts it on, turns around and says, "Villains beware, it's me, Kid Omni-Man."
Get up.
He basically just said the hard R. Real Kanye moment. But he made season 1. Mark tells him, listen, you cannot be Omni-Man. There's too much bad rep behind that name. But Oliver's reasoning is kind of rational. He thinks if he does good stuff in the suit, then people won't fear Omni-Man anymore. But that is gonna take a lot of work. The train, the cruise ship, the destruction. People are terrified of Omni-Man.
mountain.
So Oliver agrees to change his name. Mark gets a new suit too.
Shut up. Stop it.
And there is
Stop
no
it.
music, bro.
Stop
Just
it.
a slow pan
I
up.
love this
I will
suit.
tell you
Fuck
why
you.
that is. This suit is the worst thing to
No,
ever
it is
happen to Mark.
not.
I remember people joking about this suit when the show first aired, and genuinely putting this suit on changes the difficulty from normal to super ultra mega insanity mode. It's hard, but it comes with a price. I remember, brother, I'm just flipping page after page in the books thinking, it has to stop. At some point, it has to stop. It won't. I cannot wait to see this one guy. I've been waiting a year to talk about this one. But a radio alerts
Yeah, I
them to
know.
crime in the area, and Oliver is ready to go out there and lose. So he and punished Mark fly to the crime. It's that one electric guy and that lava guy. Oliver is ready to avenge the city, but Mark tells him, hey, slow down. You are on watch duty. Now, will Oliver heed this advice?
No. No.
Mark crashes out for Oliver. The electric guy gets a
that was
hardcore
nice.
knuckle sandwich. The other guy gets thrown, comboed on, and thrown into another wall, and he falls on his partner.
Mark needs to
Mark
stop
rushes
playing.
to Oliver and says, oh my Jeezy Weezy, are you okay? You didn't say one for me? That's not cool.
I know.
What?
This
Mark
kid.
tells Oliver to listen to the rules, and if you can't follow them, get out the kitchen. Oliver says, fine, I am sorry. He is not sorry. He is just getting started. This is a warm-up. Fast forward to Eve moving back in with her parents. She must really love them. I can't stand them or how they treat her. Brother, the others have
Thank
moved back into
you.
the old base. I wish she would go live over there with them, but she's set on having a healthy relationship with her parents like a normal person. I can't stand it, I hate it. When Mark and Oliver get back home, Paul is there, and they're watching The Boys on TV. And Paul is like, oh look, it's you guys. No, these are cosplays. They're off-brand. We're nerds. We're going to DreamCon. But it's not long before...
Okay, listen. Paul is really not worth getting mad about it, and you know it. Paul is a non-factor. He's literally a non-factor. I bet you it's going to be even worse how badly they kick him to the side later. You know what I'm talking about.
Mark figures out that she told him, and I get she needs somebody to talk to, but Debbie, we might have to make him disappear. His name is Paul. Hell nah, bro. Hell nah. So Mark ends up spilling his horrible
What's wrong
day
with
onto
Paul?
Eve. They're on a date right now, or should I say a therapy session. In the last episode, she said the thing. Very good.
Yeah,
very
very
good.
good.
But do you want to
Very
see
good,
something
too.
very bad? The Maulers have broken into a military base, and they have a gun that disables your nervous system. So the Guardians are taken out extremely easy. They're done. Like this team is garbage. I'm sick of it, gang. I have never ever seen the Avengers go out like this.
I know.
Mark sees this on TV and rushes over there. And the Maulers are trying to launch an EMP missile into the sky. They have a plan, but it's dumb as hell. Who cares? Mark gets there and it happens again. We had a roll. It's over now. And back at home,
Yeah.
Oliver is looking for Mark, sees him on TV. Now he's like, oh man, Mark is over there? I gotta help. Debbie says, what? Then he's gonna pull up like he's Piccolo. Bro thinks he's Aura. Why is this so easy for him? He just knocked both of them back. I gotta
Yeah.
call Mark's entire biology out right now, bro. Like, what is this? What is happening?
know
They're
what
doing
it
the DBZ
is.
thing right now. New
Yo.
characters get their powers
Yo.
faster to keep up with the already established
Yo.
characters
My
and
shit.
upcoming villains. Shonen 101, you can't fool me. And Mark is still getting beat up. What is this? What was the training for?
You know why it is, and they say it in the fucking comics too. If you read the damn things, you know. They always hold back against these people so they don't kill them. Oliver didn't get that memo.
He has beaten Viltrumites. These guys
God,
rely on
man.
gadgets and tech to give them an edge. It is unrealistic now. Is he strong or not? Then you got Oliver over there who's never even been in a fight, weaving. He gets hit eventually, but damn. Mark knocks one back and tells Oliver to leave. And I guess he doesn't notice both of the Maulers getting up, walking to a computer, pulling out keys, and activating a
Yeah.
missile. But it turns out
I'm like,
they're
y'all
both
just
watching.
waited
They
there.
let it happen.
Yeah.
What is happening? Mark goes to take out the missile, and Oliver isn't leaving. He wants blood. He destroys one's jaw and shoots through the other's chest. The other is begging for mercy, says, I'm sorry. Everybody saw that, and Oliver switches up quick.
Damn.
My hand slipped. Clumsy me. Meanwhile, Mark got the rocket and is coming back down to Earth. Cecil appears and starts talking to Oliver. Mistake. And chokes Cecil in the sky, threatening him. But Cecil says, I'm here to clean up Oliver's mess. and Mark realizes what Oliver has done. Side note, this is crazy. If I was Cecil, I would be so mad. You're all just gonna sit there and let him do this to me. I know, technically nobody can beat him, but you can try, damn. So then Mark and Debbie try to tell Oliver the error of his ways. I'm not gonna bother. He doesn't care. Bro's just out here wilding, bro. I don't know what to tell you. There's 5 more episodes coming. Let's just see where this goes before I drown you with the moral debates and all that. And Angstrom Levy is back. Yeah, I really hope the Wolf Guys plot is in this season, but I think for the sake of pacing, he might get cut. I really want that one scene with Mark versus the Guardians. I need that.
Yeah!
But that's all I've got. But if you want more episode by episode, share the video. I don't know. Do what you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait a little bit. I need him to do episode 5. So before I do episode, because why does he only do episode freaking 4? But whatever. Speaking of which, I feel if they do cut the Wolfman thing, I feel like they are, but if they do have that whole scene, because that's the whole reason why everybody remembers that arc in the first place, because Mark went up against the Guardians and destroyed them. So they could probably put that in the next episode, in episode 6 that's coming up now, the Powerplex episode. I don't know how they would do it, but I feel if they were going to do it, that's the episode they would, because I feel 7 is going to be the Invincible War, which, again, I don't know how they're going to put into a single episode. So it's probably going to be 2. And they'll probably, I'm telling you, they'll probably finish they'll probably finish the season with Conquest just arriving there and no fight, and then it begins in season 2. I feel like that's how they shouldn't do it, but if they really put it all in one episode, I don't know. They got to make the episode extra long. That's all I can say, because they need a lot of shit that they're gonna have to squeeze into one episode, and I'm like, oh, please do it right. I really hope they stick the landing at the end of this season. I really am hoping and praying that they do, because I love this show. It's one of my favorite shows of all time now, and I really want them to stick the landing. So please smash that like button if you want to see more sexy and nerdy content, and subscribe if you think I deserve it. I'm going to be covering him for a while now, regardless of how many people watch the videos or not, because, fuck it. But yeah, I'll see you all in the next episode.